Hey everybody, it's Matt here, the TokuDragon, and today we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider, the original Kamen Rider from 1971, getting released in 4K. So let's talk about what that means for a potential US release right now. Well, at first I should probably tell you some of the details around the release, so let's actually do that part right now. So this is going to be a Kamen Rider 4K remaster, apparently coming directly from the film itself, so it's not going to be upscaled in any way from what we've known so far. It is a 4K Ultra HD resolution, and it's actually going to have 4 different releases in 4 different parts. And if you're thinking, oh, well, how many episodes are going to be in each part? Well, interestingly enough, 26 episodes, which actually for a box set of something Toku-related, that actually sounds like a lot, right? So what's the price gonna be? Well, each set in US dollars is going to be $340. And of course, because this is coming out in Japan, no, there are no English subtitles. So even if there were, that's way too much for me personally. But if you're looking at this and thinking, no, but I would like to own this, how can I possibly get it? Well, I will link down the Play Asia links down below. There are, again, 4 of them, so we're going to have 4 box sets here of 4K Kamen Rider 1971. $340 coming out, at least the first one is coming out on August 9th. I'm going to check here to see when it comes to the other sets. No, they're all coming out apparently on August 9th of this year, 2023. So that, just looking at this price, it still hit me right in the chest. Hey everyone, it's Matt from the editing room here, and I want to make a correction and also touch on something that I didn't notice while looking at the sets. So first things first, each set does not have 26 episodes apiece. The first 2 do, the third actually has 27, and the fourth only has 18. However, the price does reflect that being, only $260. But here's the thing though, I was under the impression that these were simply only 4K versions. However, there are actually double the amount of discs than you think. There's 4 instead of 8, or in the last one there's 6 instead of 3. And the reason why is because these also come with Blu-ray discs as well. So if for some reason you can't play the 4K versions, you don't have a 4K player, you can play the Blu-ray versions. However, I don't know if these are the same Blu-ray versions that have already been released in Japan, or if these both are going to be the exact same, just one in 4K and one in Blu-ray. So I don't know if the Blu-rays that already exist actually went back to the film, did a rescan, I don't know. I just know that for the 4K version, they did do that. So still not a fan of the price, but I do think that it is a bit more worth it with both versions. But if you do want to play these, do remember though, because I actually had to look this up myself because I'm not usually, I've only fairly recently, within the last few years, really started to adopt Blu-ray. So that's how far behind I am. So when it comes to 4K Blu-ray or, Ultra HD, basically you do need to get a new player for that. So you simply can't just get like an older Blu-ray player. Like let's say I have, I don't know why I'm pointing to it, you can't see it, a PS4. You can't play it on a PS4. I don't know if PS5s can. If they can, you're going to see it on screen right now. And if they can't, you'll also see that on screen right now. So when it comes to getting these players though, it's really cool. Back in my day, I feel like an old man talking about back when I had to put in a special code to make my DVD player region free. In this case though, when it comes to Ultra HD players, these 4K players, thankfully, you don't need any kind of like special code. You don't need to buy one specifically from Japan. You can actually straight up just buy any of them and play these episodes on them. So if you do want to spend this kind of cash to buy them, well, thankfully, you can just buy any old 4K HD player. Would I buy these from Play Asia? No, not at all. And there's nothing against Play Asia. I've purchased from them before. I would recommend getting stuff from them. I actually do have some stuff coming in, some games that I might actually be reviewing. I mean, heck, I talked about the fact that when it came to the Shin Kamen Rider game, SD Shin Kamen Rider Rumble, I pre-ordered it through Play Asia. So I would recommend doing that for like, other stuff. But just looking at the price of this, I'm like, no. It's just, if you never bought anything from Japan, brand new, like, DVDs or Blu-rays, they're always very expensive. However, though, if you do want to maybe buy these on the used market, eventually when they do end up there, I don't know the quality of the discs. I don't know if they'll be playable. I don't know if these are just as fine as Blu-ray discs, where if you are buying them used, you definitely run the risk of them not, playing well, having good playback, compared to like DVDs, where I feel as if you can really mess up a DVD before it becomes truly unplayable. But with Blu-ray, it's a little bit different. They're a little bit more finer when it comes to the backs of the discs. So I don't know when it comes to 4K movies if that's any worse or better, but what I can tell you is my phone is ringing. But what I will tell you is that you should definitely check Yahoo Auctions. And yes, you do have to go through a middleman like Buyee. Not sponsored by them at all. I just do use them, and I would suggest going through them or any other middleman service you like to actually be able to buy them from Yahoo Auctions, because I gotta say, you definitely can get some good deals there, because again, they're selling you them used, kind of just like you're buying them off eBay or something like that. So, does this mean that we're gonna get this show, specifically this version, in the US on disc? Well, it doesn't really change the odds. In fact, I would argue, because of the fact that Toei is so worried about reverse importing? That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Reverse importing, that probably means that we will not be seeing this in the US anytime soon. And also do remember that just because of the fact that Shout Factory does have the license for the original Kamen Rider on streaming, and you can actually see it on Tubi, does not mean, at least if you're in the US, does not mean in any way, shape, or form that there is no way that another company can come in and actually license the show for either, DVD release, Blu-ray release, or this release. But I will say, though, that just from, what we've seen so far in the past when it comes to other Toei licensed shows as well, there is a very, usually anime related, but there's still a very good chance that, again, we will not be getting this in the US, or if we did, there would be some weird little thing, imperfection, difference compared to the Japanese version, and also the fact that, and look, I'm not an adopter of 4K, so maybe I'm the one that's the outlier here, I'm the minority in this case, but I do think that with something like this, it's still a bit more niche compared to, any disc release nowadays is a bit more niche compared to streaming and, the juggernaut that it is. But when you look at DVD releases, Blu-ray, and when you look at 4K, clearly if you're going for a wider market here to sell the most of your product, you're going for DVD. Now, I don't want the original to be released on DVD, mind you, if we have like a 4K release or a Blu-ray release, but I think though that, when you have a company licensing these shows out and another company that's giving, a rather potentially large price on that license, right? These licenses aren't cheap. You're going to have a company try to go for the most profitable version possible. And again, that's assuming Toei's even going to let a company license this out for the US, a specific release, of course. So honestly, I think that, we probably would get a Blu-ray before, or even a DVD before getting this in the US. And if I'm proven wrong, well then I definitely have to look for a 4K player. If you have, please tell me down below. And if you would want to pick this up if it was a lot cheaper or even at its current price, please tell me down below. But again, I haven't, and I don't know if that's going to be a huge thing. I think that, again, probably would get a Blu-ray before, if anything, physical. We have, outside of, Kamen Rider Black and RX, we have yet to see any US physical shower releases for Kamen Rider. So hopefully we get more, but, I don't know if it's going to be this. But either way, that about wraps up the video. If you want more videos like this, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all, take care, and I hope you tune in next time. So, I'll see ya!